Welcome to Fallout 4 Base Building 101 efficiently. We have our garden here. Food is up and running. Our water purifier is down there and powered. Today we are going to be talking about defense. Our defense is 0 right now, and our happiness is 18, but going up. We got 5 people. We've got a buttload of food and water. But our defense is sadly lacking. So I'm going to show you an efficient way to get your defense up to where it will minimize your chances of being invaded by raiders. So, the general rule of thumb is that you want your defense to equal your food plus your water. Now, the downside that we have of planting all that food and making that water purifier is that right now our food plus water equals 22. So, we're going to need 22-ish defense to minimize the likelihood that we will be invaded. So, the natural, I think, at least my natural inclination when I first start being like, oh man, I'm gonna make this settlement, it's gonna be so cool. I'm gonna build a giant wall around the whole thing and make my walled off, city of safety. It's called Sanctuary. I should make a giant wall around the whole thing. Don't do that. Don't do that until late game. You have all of the resources that you need. Your settlement is very much thriving, and you're just sitting on a whole bunch of wood or steel or whatever types of walls you want to make. The first thing we need to do is go to our defense, and we have these guard posts here. Now, you can see that it requires a person and provides 2 defense, this type of guard post or this slightly cooler tower type guard post, although it takes a little bit more resources. But they require people. Right now, we only have 5 people. If we built 5 of these, one for each person, we would only have 2 defense. These are not an efficient way, because of manpower, to make and build up your defenses in your base. So we are going to go straight to turrets. Produces 5 and does not need to be manned. Now, it does take some more resources. As you can see, we need steel circuitry gear and oil for these. For this, we only need wood and steel. So in terms of your junk resources, guard posts are more efficient. However, manpower at the beginning is going to be an issue. We don't have enough people to just put guard posts all over the place and have them all manned. Now, you could place, if you place 2 guard posts, if let's say I wanted some guard posts here and I placed 2 right next to each other here or something, and I assigned one person to one of them, that one person would occupy both. So you can use one person for 2 or possibly more, I'm not sure on that, guard posts. However, we need people to be farming, and it's just, I don't believe it's the best use of our time. As you can see, all I've done is really just gone kind of through the game normally. I haven't looted anything special or spent time farming. And I already have 3 circuitry. Circuitry is going to be the bottleneck for these turrets. But as you can see, they produce 5. So in order to get our defense up to where we need, we're going to need to make 4 of these turrets, which we don't have the circuitry for right now, and we will see how to get that soon enough. We'll need to make 4 of these turrets and 1 guard post, which is perfectly viable, or 5 total turrets. Now, I'm sure as you can see where I'm going here. These concrete pillars by the bridge were just made. They were just made to have turrets placed on them. So we're gonna place 1 there. I'm gonna it's obviously off center because I couldn't see very well when I was placing it, but we will put it there. And as you can see, it's covering a good range right there. We're gonna place another one, of course, right here, and I'm gonna rotate it so that the barrel is pointing kind of straight out, because it does kind of sweep in an arc. As you can see, it moves left and then right. I want it to cover our bridge and the front of our base. So that looks good. So already we have 10 defense, but we still need a little bit more, and we only have one more circuitry. I'm going to run, this is the main kind of entrance, at least, you know, in terms of roads to our, oh, are we already getting invaded? Oh no, I got a rad roach after me. Rad roach, leave me alone. Alright, Preston should take care of the rest of those. The rest of those. Now, if you run up the road here a little bit, you've got this path. This is the path we took to get to Vault 111 from the beginning of the game. I like to put another turret, or you could put a guard post here. In fact, I may, since I only have enough circuitry for one more turret, I'm gonna show you how to kind of get a guard post set up over here, because I think it's a good place for one. But we're just gonna go right to the edge of our buildable area and put a turret there. As you can see, our defense is up to 15. And let's say I would like to put a guard post, more of the tower type guard post, right here, also looking out over this entrance, because who knows, raiders could come certainly from there. But I've got these hills. This is going to get into more basic building type stuff, but I want to level out this ground so that it doesn't look, you know, all janky when I place the guard tower there. I could place it now, but it'll have a gap underneath the front. If you can kind of see, I could place it there, but it'll have a gap underneath the front. That will drive me crazy. So let's go to structures, wood, floors. And these things are great, these shack foundations, because you can level out. It actually clips into the ground. So if I put a couple of these down, I can make a platform for my turret and level out the ground. However, it takes 12 wood and 3 concrete. If I go over, concrete is actually going to kind of become a rare-ish commodity. Not rare, but steel is a lot easier to get. So I prefer these shack foundations with the wood pillars kind of on the bottom. And we can build it up, you know, we can kind of build it up somewhat high. We just need 1, and it should snap, bam, 2. And then we're going to need to give them a way to get up there. So let's go to our wood structures and some stairs, and we go to these little stairs here and just place it right there, bam. Now if we go back to our defense, we can place a nice tall guard tower right up here, and I want to go to the side and make sure that it's not clipping off the edge. Just make sure that it's looks pretty good. Place it right there, and if it's not centered enough for your liking, you can certainly just click on it, move it a little bit more to be centered, bam. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so we've got a guard tower right there, nice and high up. Somebody will be able to stand up here, see quite a bit of the countryside, protect our whole kind of left flank of Sanctuary, and yet we need somebody to man it. So let's just run up here and grab somebody who, let's see, do you have a weapon? And one thing that you can do is give people weapons if they don't have one. I'm not sure that this guy has a weapon.
Hey, do you have a
oh, don't talk to me about your whole quest business. All right. Well, he's gonna try and get us to talk to him about all kinds of stuff. We can hear hammering. That usually means Sturgis is around. Sturgis already has a weapon, I believe. Sturgis? Where is Sturgis? All right, I'm gonna find Sturgis. And here he is, right around here to the back. Sturgis, we're gonna go into our crafting menu, highlight Sturgis, hit our command button, just like we did when we assigned food, when we assigned Mama Murphy to our food. And I already clicked on him, so I'm gonna go up here and click assign. You can see the assign button down there, bam. Wait for a minute, this resource is now assigned. So Sturgis, at some point during the day, he may not walk right over there right away, but he generally has that thing locked down. So our defense is 17. We need 5 more defense. That means we need 1 more turret, and yet we don't have any circuitry. What are we going to do about that? Well, I will show you right now where to get circuitry. So here we are at your friendly neighborhood Red Rocket Station. This is the Red Rocket Station that is right down the road just to the southeast of Sanctuary, just like a 20-second walk. And this is actually a settlement location. You can go to your workshop bench here and scrap all this stuff. Now, it would be great if you could oh, it's a weapons workbench. I'll just pick that up and carry it back to my Sanctuary base. I don't believe that will work because, as you can see, this green line denotes the location for this, and once you walk outside of that, you're not going to be able to carry things back and forth between these two. But we are talking about circuitry today, and right here we have a. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. We have a hot plate. If I can, circuitry 2. Bam. Now, you're also going to need ceramic eventually for the next episode. You might as well just scrap everything here, unless you're planning on using it for, your kind of own private Idaho. You can leave all this stuff here and scrap it at a later date when you want to make everything. But so the hot plate there gave you 2 circuitry, and the telephone right here gives you 2 circuitry, also some copper. Now, you might think, yay, I've got my circuitry, I can go back to Sanctuary, but don't go back just right away. You're going to it's not in your inventory, and it's not in, the inventory between settlements isn't shared, and when you scrap something, it doesn't go into your personal inventory. You need to go back to your workshop and go to transfer. And in here, we can see that we have all of our business that we've scrapped from this location. I would recommend taking everything, but we may be over encumbered. Yes, take all. No, okay, we're not over encumbered. Great. So now you have to take it from that workbench in order to take it back to your location at Sanctuary. So we'll go back there and build our turrets. All right, here we are back in Sanctuary, and we have got 1 more turret to build. Defense turrets. Yes, we can actually build a few more of these, but we've got 2 on the front, and over down this little road that leads to the vault, we've got our nice little guard tower that's up high that we've built, and we've got another turret right there. So I'm going to go ahead and go place this kind of towards the rear, back by the town square. And I really love this location, especially for this big tree. You'll see once we get into the very advanced base building 301 or 401, we're going to build a great big tree house that encircles that tree, and it's kind of our headquarters for Sanctuary. But for right now, we're just going to go place this thing somewhere that seems reasonable. Right here is not great. I just kind of want to protect the rear flanks somewhat. These hedges kind of get in the way, but when you build your wall, they may actually come in handy. Turrets will cover more ground, however, if you build them up high. So we can actually build one. This is a completely junked house. So we don't want to, I was going to say, oh, we could build one on this roof, but this is a completely junked house. We don't want to do that. But right here, there's some wilderness out there along the river. Some raiders could certainly come from there. But I would like to maybe give this turret a little bit more ground to cover. And I just love building my defenses up high. So we're going to go to structures, wood, and prefabs. And I'm going to actually just build a couple of these. Wood is a very easy commodity to come by. And let me see, is it going to be level? No, it's not going to be level. And you know how anal I get about that kind of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and build another Actually, you know what? We'll just build ourselves a wooden platform right here. We don't need to mess with that prefab wall. We're gonna go back to, nope, get off of it. And we're gonna go back to our defense, turrets, and we'll place ourselves a little turret up there. Yeah, just you know, a little turret right out there. No, get off of it. Okay, it's obviously not centered. That bothers me. We're gonna try and center it a bit. And that looks kind of good. We'll put it maybe right there. But it's not covering the front. I'd like to spin it this way a little bit. And there we go. We are done for our defense. Our defense is 22. Our food plus water is 22. So right now, we are totally covered. We should minimize, if not completely eliminate, the likelihood that we will be invaded and attacked by raiders. So that is going to wrap it up for this series. That's the basics of getting a settlement up and running. You can see all of my resources, people, food, water, power, defense, beds, and happiness are all in the blue. Happiness is going up. So we've got our settlement on legs here. In our next series, base building 102 efficiently, we're gonna power this building. We're gonna give some power to our barracks here, and we might build ourselves a little home away from home, our own little house right here, and we might power that as well. It also get some more settlers in here. 5 people. The place is gonna seem kind of not like a bustling metropolis, but more like a ghost town. So we're definitely going to build this place up in the next series. So thanks so much for watching. My name is Rantry, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.